How to deal with toxic people without losing your peace. We all encounter difficult people at different points in life. Sometimes those individuals are temporary fixtures, like a challenging coworker or a negative acquaintance. Other times, they're permanent presences, such as a toxic family member. These interactions can often leave us feeling drained, frustrated, and unsure of how to protect our peace. But here's the truth. You have the power to safeguard your mental health, even when surrounded by negativity. In this video, we're going to explore strategies that will not only help you deal with toxic individuals, but also empower you to maintain your sense of calm and emotional well-being. Let's dive in. The first step to dealing with toxic people is recognizing who they are. Toxic behavior can show up in many forms: manipulation, constant criticism, unrelenting complaining, or a refusal to take responsibility for their actions. Perhaps you've encountered someone who never apologizes, makes everything about themselves, or constantly puts you down. These are signs of toxic traits. It's important to differentiate these patterns from someone merely having a bad day or going through a tough season. Toxicity is a repeated pattern of harmful behavior, not a one-time occurrence. Pay close attention to how you feel after interacting with someone. Do you leave the conversation feeling drained, anxious, or even angry? Our emotions often serve as red flags, signaling the presence of negativity in our relationships. Once you've identified toxic behavior, the next step is to set boundaries. Boundaries are your personal limits, the emotional fence you build to protect yourself from harm. Many of us shy away from setting boundaries because we fear conflict or don't want to seem unkind. But firm boundaries aren't about being rude, they're about self-preservation. They allow you to maintain your sense of peace while communicating what's acceptable in the relationship. For example, if someone constantly calls to vent but never asks how you're feeling, consider setting limits on how often you engage in those conversations. You could say, "I understand you're going through a lot, but I also need space for my own mental well-being." Upholding these boundaries may feel uncomfortable at first, but they are acts of self-care. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's easy to get caught up in emotional reactions. They may push your buttons, say hurtful things, or create conflict for the sake of attention. But one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is choosing how you respond. Responding is intentional and thoughtful. It's about taking a moment to process what's happening before speaking or acting. Reacting, on the other hand, is an emotional reflex. We lash out, shut down, or escalate the situation in ways that may ultimately harm our peace. Here's a strategy to help. The next time someone says something triggering, pause. Take a slow, deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Oftentimes, simply not engaging in their chaos is the best response you can give. One of the most liberating lessons you can learn is the art of detachment. When it comes to toxic people, detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about them. It means you stop caring about controlling their behavior or reactions. For example, if someone continually criticizes your decisions, detaching means you stop trying to convince them otherwise. You simply acknowledge their perspective and move forward. Their negativity doesn't have to affect your sense of self-worth. Detachment allows you to focus on what you can control, your own emotions and actions. You'll find that letting go of the need to fix people creates a tremendous sense of freedom. Handling toxic people can be emotionally draining, but you can protect your peace with grounding techniques. Grounding keeps you centered during high-pressure conversations or stressful encounters. One effective practice is mindful breathing. When you feel overwhelmed, take a few slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth for another count of 4. This intentional breathing calms your nervous system and prevents impulsive reactions. Another technique is staying present. Avoid getting lost in what-ifs or future conflicts. Focus on the now. If the conversation becomes tense, try grounding yourself by noticing 3 things in your immediate surroundings: a chair, a picture frame, or even the sound of your breath. Navigating toxic relationships is challenging, but you don't have to do it alone. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can make a world of difference. These are the individuals who lift you up, provide encouragement, and remind you of your worth. They help balance out the negativity you may face elsewhere. Spend time with those who inspire joy and connection, and don't hesitate to lean on them during tough times. In some situations, such as dealing with deeply ingrained family toxicity, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. A professional can provide tailored strategies to help you cope, heal, and rebuild your emotional resilience. Building resilience is essential for staying peaceful when dealing with toxicity over time. Resilience doesn't mean becoming hardened or ignoring your emotions. Rather, it's about learning how to bounce back and protect your energy in difficult circumstances. One great way to foster resilience is through self-reflection. After an interaction with a toxic person, take a moment to journal or meditate. Reflect on what went well, what boundaries were challenged, and how you can better handle similar situations in the future. Additionally, focus on choosing your battles wisely. Not every insult or critique needs a response. Ask yourself, does this affect my life path, or is it just background noise? Save your time and energy for things that truly matter. Above all, self-love is at the heart of dealing with toxicity. When you love yourself, you stop tolerating behavior that disrespects your peace. You become less willing to compromise your emotional well-being for the comfort of others. Make self-love a daily priority. Practice speaking kindly to yourself, especially in moments of self-doubt. Acknowledge your worth and give yourself permission to take time for rest, joy, and healing. It's important to remember, protecting your peace is not selfish, it's necessary. When your mental health is strong, you're better equipped to serve not only yourself, but also the people around you. Toxicity is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. By recognizing toxic behavior, setting boundaries, responding thoughtfully, detaching when needed, and grounding yourself in positivity, you can navigate these relationships without losing your peace. Always remember that your well-being is worth protecting. Prioritize your mental health, surround yourself with those who uplift you, and embrace the power of self-love. You are not powerless in the face of toxicity. You are resilient, capable, and worthy of living a life filled with peace and fulfillment. Let's take this as a reminder to empower ourselves and others to rise above negativity. Let's prioritize peace, because you deserve it.